You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, today is Saturday the 6th of September 2025 and you are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. Now, if I'm honest, what I expected to come on and tell you today was that I had written the last 2,500 words or so to complete Chapter 9 of Self-Portrait. That's what I expected to be telling you. And the truth is I have done that. In fact, I've done that by quite early today. And I'd made a decision that because I'd enjoy, and I really love this chapter. I'm so pleased with it because it ties so many elements together. There's jeopardy in it. There's some explanations. There's further questions. I am really pleased with it. So it's mainly set around Saywood and Charlie. Some of the other night team characters that she works with at the supermarket are in it, but it's not at the supermarket. It's about a bash, a party that's thrown. And again, this is quite realistic because what you tend to find is when these parties happen, it's not really the night team that go because the night team are busy filling the store, making it ready for the next day's trade. And the other thing you'll find is that the night team tend to resent this because they are always the backbone of any retail operation. If it's a store that's filled overnight, they are the guys that keep it going. But anyway, that's irrelevant. But yeah, people who have worked in retail, particularly if they work on nights, will recognise a lot of truths in that bit. But yeah, so it's just, I'm very pleased with it. And I finished it, I don't know what time I finished it. It came in just over 7,000 words. And my intention was to maybe have a look at it later on in the day. Well, I did. I didn't do it as a live stream, but I did sit down and read through the chapter, as long as it is. And it is the longest chapter in the book so far, and is going to be atypically long. They're not normally going to be that long. But I wrote the chapter, I read through it a few times, and I think how much editing is needed is often directly proportional to how much I've enjoyed writing the chapter. So if I've really enjoyed writing it, then it needs less editing. And I really enjoyed writing this one. And I actually found when I did the screen read through after a couple of attempts, it was okay. I was sort of reading through it again. I don't really need to change much more. So I decided to have a go at doing the final sign-off, the paper sign-off today. And I did it. And it's done. And so, yeah, in 2 days, I have actually managed to write a 7,259 word chapter. That is now signed. Well, I say signed off. The first draft is signed off. It brings my total for the month so far to 11,600 words. Bearing in mind, my target is 25,000 words, so I'm almost on 50%. And it's the 6th of the month. Now, obviously, I intended to do more in the first half of the month because I'm not working until the 15th. But I'm still really pleased. Pardon me, I've got hiccups now. I'm still really pleased with how much I've got done and how quickly. But it also means, even to hit my interim target of 15,000 words by the 15th, I've got 8, and before the start of the 15th, not the end of the 15th, so I've still got 8 days to sign off 3,500 words. So I've got 8 days to write a chapter. And bearing in mind, and it's a much shorter chapter, and bear in mind that I've just written a 7,000 plus word chapter in 2 days, I think 8 days to write another 3,500 words is fairly likely. So yeah, I'm ridiculous. I think I may be wrong. I'd have to go back and look at previous stuff I've done, but I think that's probably the most productive 4 days I've had since I've been doing the podcast, which probably means ever. So I have signed off in, well, I say 6 days, but it's actually 5 because I didn't do anything on the first. So in 5 days, I've signed off 11,600 words. that's all right. I'm not unhappy with that. So the next thing I've got to do is the chapter set in a real place called Beamish. It's a gorgeous open air museum with loads of historical reenacting stuff going on. It's in a place called, I think it's Concert, but it's close to Newcastle is it County Durham or is it Tyne and Wear? I can't remember which county it's in, but I think it's County Durham. But anyway, it's a gorgeous place, and the next chapter is set there. And I'm humming and hawing about whether to go in the next couple of days, but now I'm so far ahead of myself, even if I didn't write for a few days, I could still go and get the chapter written before I go back to work. Because the next few days are a bit busy. Tomorrow, if I'm honest, I'm thinking of having tomorrow off. I'll still do the podcast, but I'm thinking of not actually writing tomorrow, just to give myself a 24-hour break. And then Monday, I'm visiting a friend. Tuesday, I'm not doing a lot. Wednesday, I'm visiting a friend. So I could go to Newcastle and do this on Thursday, but then suddenly it's the tail end of the week and I've got 3,500 words to write. So my other option is to write the next chapter, which doesn't feature Saywood at all, and then just write the chapter set in Beamish after. So effectively write the two chapters the wrong way around. It isn't something I like to do, but it's not going to cause me any narrative issues because the chapters don't completely link up. They're kind of separate from each other. Anyway, that's me for today. Had such a good day. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll be back at some point tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.